Hi there. Now, who doesn't like chicken soup? I sure do, especially when it's a heart-healthy and flavorful recipe like this chicken vegetable soup with orzo and spinach that I'm sharing with you today. So let's get cooking. I'm using a large, heavy-duty pot, and for this particular recipe, we need 4 cups of low-sodium chicken broth. Three cups of water. 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme, and 1/4 teaspoon of dried dill. I'm going to bring that to a boil over high heat. Once that's boiling, we'll add in the chicken. So our broth is boiling, and now I'm adding in 1½ pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I've trimmed off all of the visible fat. White meat chicken, like chicken breasts without the skin, have less calories and less saturated fat compared to dark meat chicken. So that's what I usually buy at the store. I'm going to cover that and lower the heat to medium. So the broth is just simmering, which means you'll see bubbles slowly coming up to the surface, but not as rapidly as if it were boiling. I'll cook this until the chicken is cooked through, which should take 15 to 20 minutes. It's been close to 20 minutes, so I removed the chicken from the pot with my tongs. I cut through a breast to make sure it was cooked through and there was no pink flesh. I chopped it into just a few more pieces so it can cool down faster. The internal temperature of the fully cooked chicken should be at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So back to our soup pot. I'm adding in 1/2 cup of uncooked whole wheat orzo, which is a smaller type of pasta. Whole wheat pasta is one of my favorite ways to get more whole grains into my meals because we need to be eating at least 3 servings a day of whole grains. But if you prefer, you could also use brown rice instead, which is also a whole grain. Just follow the cooking times on the package. Next, I have 1 14-ounce bag of mixed frozen vegetables. There's corn, green beans, and carrots in this. You could use any combination of frozen vegetables you'd like, or if you prefer, canned vegetables. But when using canned vegetables, compare food labels and choose products with the lowest amount of sodium and drain and rinse them before you add them. Also, if you're using canned instead of frozen vegetables, you don't need to add them in until after the orzo is cooked since they're already soft. You'd add them at the end with the chicken just to heat them up. Now, I'm also adding 1 cup of frozen spinach, and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, which will help brighten the flavors of the soup. Now I'll just stir that and let it cook over medium heat until the vegetables are thawed and the orzo is cooked through, which should take about 10 minutes. So my orzo is cooked through and my chicken is cooled down enough so that I was able to cut it into chunks. So now I'm just going to add the chicken back into my soup. And then I'm going to give that a stir. I'll give that a few more minutes for the chicken to get warm, and then we'll be ready to serve. So our soup is done and ready to eat. It really smells wonderful in here. Another bonus with making homemade soup, the amazing aroma. So I'm just going to ladle some into my bowl here. And just like most soups, this tastes even better the next day. The orzo will actually soak up even more of the liquid as it sits in your refrigerator, making it more like a stew. Certainly not a bad thing. I hope you get to warm up with a bowl of this chicken vegetable soup with orzo and spinach soon. It's a great way to get some veggies into your day.